All right, just writing notes. Hello, welcome to another Tuesday night principal conference call, or we call it Tuesday night principal Chiro broadcast from DE and Band of Brothers. Want to welcome everybody back to Tuesday night. Got a great speaker tonight. First, as far as DE, quote unquote, Sarasota, even though now it's Clearwater, April 15th to 18th. First hotel where we are doing the meeting at is the Marriott Suites Santee, and it is sold out completely. So now we've got a spillover across the street, the Sheridan, and we are dangerously close to being sold out of that. So if you have not made reservations yet, you have to do it through Katrina. So lifede.com, get the phone number, or unless she has one up there, and call the phone number and talk to Kat and make sure that you can get in, because those rooms are if not gone, they're about to be gone. And then August 12th through 15th, we go back to Marietta over the Marriott off Windy Hill. And then October 21st, 24th, the same thing. There it is. And then January and April, the only way they let us get out of our contract, the reason that we got out and moved from Sarasota to Clearwater is because Sarasota Hotel wanted us to wear masks at all times, including in the meeting room. And we said that's not going to happen. So the only way they let us out of our contract is if we would rebook in the same year. Well, we asked, listen, is January close enough? So because we already had a contract for October. So January, we're going back to Sarasota, and we're going to do January and April in Sarasota, so which is actually kind of fun. But hopefully, as long as the world opens up and everything's good, we don't have to wear masks, then that's where we're going. So just wanted to give you a little update on that. And then this week's speaker, man, this guy is actually, turns out, we didn't know each other back in New York, but we actually lived like a couple of blocks away from each other in New York. And became friends with him during school, right after school. He was friends with some of the people I was friends with, and quickly became just one of my closer friends. And there's a couple of stories. Just when I had this patient who had a lot of, he was born with cerebral palsy, and had a lot of problems. And they were the parents were trying to build him a new bathroom that he could get his wheelchair into, and so they were kind of raising money. So I put it out there, and the first person who responded with $100 donation was this guy, Chris Walker. And when the patients came back in a couple of days later, they said, "Oh my God, every time somebody donates, it's great because my phone dings and Gabriel gets so excited." So I told Chris this story. So he donated 2 other times just because he knew that this kid got so excited when it happened. That's just one of the kind of guy that he is. He's always able to give. He's had a tough go, man. He's had some tough family things go on, some kid problems, issues that went on, losing kids, and but just one of the biggest lovers and servers and that I know, and I'm just proud to call him a friend. He's in Augusta, Georgia, which GCC will be down there doing a conference near him towards the end of the year. And I just want to introduce and the honor to have Dr. Chris Walker on the line. So take it away, Chris. Chris, can you hear me? Chris, I can't hear you. It was working before. If you can hear me, wave at me. Oh, that was poor timing. Hold on, let's see if we can get this worked out. Hello. Well, We got some technical issues. Let's see if we can get them worked out. Chris, can you hear me? You can. I can't hear you. I guess I don't need to do sign language because you can hear me. There's that little icon at the bottom that says mic. Just make sure there's no red line through that. Oh, okay. Are you on a microphone or the computer microphone? Can't hear you. Kat, do you have any idea why we could hear him before but not now? All right, let's see if we got any other.
He just jumped out of the studio.
Okay, yeah, that's happened to me before where we could. So he's just going to try and jump back in?
I think so, yeah.
All right. What other news? When did we go to Augusta?
August 27 to 29, we are in Augusta.
Oh, okay. There you go. And we'll have a bunch of us board members down there. It's always a good time down in Augusta. While we're waiting on him, I'll tell you a little bit about our little trip. Brian Moriarty, I think. Oh, is that him? He won a.
Hey, can you hear?
Hold on.
Hello?
Yes. It worked
Can you
for a
hear me?
second. Yes. There seems to be a slight delay,
Yes?
but yes, I can hear. Yes.
Make sure if I get it. We'll see.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out.
Better?
Like just the last word.
I don't get
It's cutting in and out. AirPods are not always reliable. Maybe
I
disconnect
shut them
them.
off. Not on the anymore.
Okay, so now now talk for a second here.
Can you hear me? Check.
Yeah, no,
One.
it sounds like it's picking up too late, as if you're too far or something of that nature. You want to try getting closer?
Sure.
No.
That's
Nope.
just
Oh, and there you
weird.
go. Then it just cuts in for a second there.
Can't hear anything. Oh, okay. How about now?
We are literally getting like the fifth word.
Can't-
All right, so let's see if
He
can
just
jump
jumped
back
out
in.
of the
Let's see if it
stream
works.
again.
Okay, yeah. And is he on his phone or a computer?
He started on his phone. I don't know if he has switched.
Okay. Okay, so just to fill time and tell a little of the story, Brian Moriarty, I think, won or paid for a raffle or something where he got a week in Cabo at a place called Hacienda del Mar. And he had mentioned to us, like, oh, it's a 2-bedroom. You guys should come. We at the DE last, we decided, you know what, let's go. We got our own room, but because they brought their kids and stuff, so we got our own room, me and Ray. And then we kind of mentioned it, they even said it from stage, I think. And it turns out that the Moriartys, the Liebermans, Martinez, Sotilis, and the Judsons all went to Cabo together last week, and it was a great week. It was Tony Ann's birthday was on, I think, Wednesday, or was it Thursday? I can't remember which day it was. Thursday, and Dean rented a big old 43-foot catamaran, and we went out. We saw whales and we saw seals, and it was just a great day. Kids loved it, and the Sotili kids and the Moriarty kids were there. Then after that, we went out to this incredible dinner. Absolutely right off the cliff, sunset. Dean will tell the story about how he got the table, but I got this incredible table. Got to see the sunset as the sun went down. There's three different guys playing, like blowing those conch shells. They're just like basically a horn. They did it the whole time until the sun finally went down. And then they had during dinner, like there was just these three different guys, and we're on a cliff, so it's multiple levels of this restaurant. And these three different guys were just like singing like Italian songs. It was phenomenal. Like it sounded like I forget the guy's name, Pavarotti, whatever the heck the guy, that incredible singer. But it was like three of those guys just going back and forth singing and stuff, and sometimes together. And it was amazing. And it was just a great time. And I guess the point is, that's just some incredible DE brotherhood, and just people that we would have never known if it wasn't for DE, Dr. Sid. And it's pretty cool because Tony Ann shares a birthday with Dr. Sid. So while we were at the table, we kind of just said a little moment of silence, and raised a toast to Dr. Sid, and thanking Dr. Sid and Elle and Dr. Didi Umber for putting us in situations. It was pretty cool. And I don't want to take Dean's story because I really should. Let's see if Chris is coming back here.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, I grabbed an iPad. For some reason, my phone wasn't working.
Fantastic.
So,
all right, welcome, Dr. Chris Walker. Take it away. Thanks, buddy.
This view adds about 15 pounds on me now, though. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. I guess for some reason I didn't want my iPhone, or you know what? I was for some reason a little nervous tonight, so maybe God just wanted me to have a little laugh beforehand. He works that way sometimes. So, just trying to, there we go. All right, so tonight we're going to dive into a little here and a little there. Those that know me tend to know that I kind of my mind works at like kind of a warp speed. I can probably think of three different things at one time and still be having a conversation. And sometimes things just come out a little weird. Hence my wife always tells me I'm a squirrel. I've been thinking about for the last couple of days about what I was going to speak about. And it all kept coming around. Whenever I kept trying to veer one way, I kept getting steered back to the topic of faith. Faith for me is my foundation. It's what defines me. It's my compass for my life. We all need to have it. When the chips are going away, it's really easy to have win after win after win. It's really easy. Having faith when things are not going right, man, that's just the tricky part. And, especially with this year that we've all had to endure. And hopefully you guys, we took it as a challenge in our office as that we were going to thrive. And we actually had a mantra, me and my staff, that we were going to grow in the Rona. And the good Lord leading, we did. We actually beat the year before on all counts, and new patients, regular visits, and of course all the other stuff that comes with that. And it was awesome, but it really came down to our foundation of having faith that he was going to get us through it. Life throws us curveballs all the time. Some are tiny, some are just mind-blowing, and each day we do our best to hit them out of the park. But then every once in a while, that big left hook comes out of nowhere, and then that's when things get tricky. That's when you have to rely on that foundation, when the story isn't going as you planned. Faith really means choosing to trust God's plan. God's plans are not perfect, even when your plans aren't working, that they are perfect, and you got to trust that. But man, that's a real tough pill to swallow. Because, you're always like, man, I got this plan. I got this plan. My better half always is the one that remind me and ground me down a lot. And Jaime always says that, we make plans and God laughs, because he's always got usually a better and different plan for us and a better door. Faith is when it's raining, not just when it's sunny. And, for me, without that foundation, I wouldn't even be speaking with you guys here. You know, 4 years ago we lost Savvy, and then ultimately God decided to that Zeke's time on Earth and with us, he was called home. But my foundation is what kept me afloat. Knowing I wasn't alone, and that God had it that was bigger than me, and He could take all my hurt and all my worry. So how does that have to do with chiropractic? Well, we have to be foundationed. We have to be founded. We got to be anchored. Because if we're not, there's so much stuff coming at us all the time that if not, you can get knocked off target. You know, when this kind of stuff happens to us, we tend to start leaning towards 12-step doubt. We start looking at things at every angle. We start grabbing for that steering wheel, and we just let these little inklings come into us, whether it be external, internal. You know, my pastor said a couple of weeks ago, if your enemy cannot destroy you, he or it will distract you. And it hits so hard with me because it's so true. But here's what I realized. The biggest enemy for most of us lives in the 5 inches between our ears. That's why daily we have to reinforce our faith, our attitude. You know, Zig Ziglar says, you know, every day you got to re-shower yourself. And I forget the exact quote, but basically in your attitude, that every day it's got to be taken care of. We have to feed it. We have to nurture it. So when we need it, when we're at our weakest, iron can meet iron. So you got to build this foundation. Find your source. Find and build upon it. I know where mine comes from, and I will always openly share it with anybody who needs it. You know, it's, you know, Awais actually talked about it last night on the VOB call. And one of those things is important about your foundation, not just you making your decisions and what you believe in and holding true to them, and then surrounding yourself with the right people. Because if the circle you keep, because their energy will determine where you're headed. You know, I always tell a story a lot of times when we're talking about this topic. I call it the crab story. You know, there's a reason why, if you're crabbing, you don't have to put a lid on the top. Because anytime you throw a crab in there, you throw more in there. It doesn't matter if it's getting up to the top. They will always pull the one in front of them down, trying to save themselves. And I think that happens a lot of times in life. I know for me, 2 years ago, I got to see that I had really chosen a lot of the right people around me, because on my darkest days, they were there to help lift me up. And I could have made some really bad choices in the past, and they could have helped me go down a very dark spiral. So you got to have your compass people, those true north people, help you stay on track. Because if not, you know, you get into that head game and it starts playing with you. I think we've all been there, you know, especially those of you guys who are new in practice. You know, every day it's, you know, sometimes, especially I'm sure if you open in this year, you always feel like this pressure, and know you're not alone. That, you know, through DE, there are tons of people that will reach out to you, or you can reach out to, and will help rise you up. That you don't have to be doing this alone. it was great to be back in January. It was I hadn't been in since Zeke had passed, and it was good to see my chiropractic family. And I had been away way too long, and you'll see me a lot more regularly. Unfortunately, we went to Lake Sarasota. We have a family vacation planned the week before that we've had planned, and to re-energize our batteries. So I got an off thing. That's why actually for the first time I told Kat, I actually wrote a few notes so I make sure, because sometimes I get emotional, I'll lose myself on track. So in life, we got to make sure we stay on this path, so we can say yes to and surround us with the right people to say yes to the right things and no to the wrong things. And man, it's hard, because sometimes those wrong things look so shiny, and they look like they can, and they look quick, and they look easy, and they're just not. Your destiny, your purpose is too great to get into battles that do not matter. In our office, we keep it strictly chiropractic and subluxations. I mean, I don't talk vaccines. I don't talk left or right or politics or anything we do. I'm really good at one thing and one thing only. And that's what I want to be. Because, we have this obligation. We took this oath to guard it well. And people need us. And the world needs you. Because God gave you a gift as a healer. He gave you a tool to help shape the world through chiropractic, to reconnect the man with the spirit, with the sin, so true healing can happen. And for those of you who are having a rough time of it, for whatever giant you're facing in your life, for whatever baggage you're still carrying around, let it go and let God, and let others help you to rise you up. Regain your strength from serving others. The last couple of years, it's crazy as it's been, as the chaos in my family has, externally, we've had that internal stuff going on. It's been our 4 largest years in practice. It started when my little girl passed. I started getting really clear. Kind of had the BS had to stop. My reports came crisper, came shorter. I mean, my 15-minute report became like 7 or 8 minutes, and it was like, hey, this is meat and potatoes. This is what we got to offer. Either this is what you need, and your other choices, I can only lead you to water. I can't make you drink. But it was. And now it's funny. We're seeing, this year has been a re-up like crazy. All these people I haven't seen in years, like finding their way back to our office. And, of course we have our procedures. So we do our re-exams, and we kind of do like this mini re-report to remind them why they shouldn't have fell off. And everybody's got their thing. But now it's like the light just goes on, and I'm like, man, was I just never got the message out the way I did years, like I didn't do it right. And they're just, we do a lot of corrective work. So they're just coming in, they're going, hey, I remember you after hearing us, the re-report, saying, hey, I think you told me this a couple of years ago, but hey, this is the time, the effort. I've got to do it now. This is the time. But I really was so touched in January, and I know I said I'm being squirrely. I'm sorry, guys. I was very touched with all the hugs and the love and everything in January. And I know some people are probably going through some stuff right now. And as I keep saying, is that you're not alone. Don't put yourself on that island. Because when you're on that island, it gets even darker. So reach out. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to somebody you've met. Reach out to somebody. But here's the one thing I can tell you that I have learned is that you can serve your way out of anything. You know, in chiropractic, you can serve your way out of anything. You know, there's not a, you know, if your office is not doing well, guess what? A few new patients fixes that. Serve them there. Numbers are down. Get out of your head. Figure out why. Are you doing the things that you used to be doing? But you can serve your way out of anything. I can tell you, I served my way out of the darkest hole I've ever been in my life. And I've had some pretty dark holes when I was younger. And this didn't compare to that. But you know what? It was just serving, giving, loving, and serving. And at the end of it, I got to win. Because I got some of my holes closed up. I know that this message is for somebody out there. And I hope it reaches whoever it needs to be. That was my prayer tonight before getting on. And I promised myself I was not going to be so squirrely. I guess, you know, you are. And I hope this finds that person or that person that needs that, you know. And Jamie, you know, you just made me think of something that I was reading again the other day. If you want to walk on water, you got to get out of the boat. So those of you that are scared and not sure what to do, take one breath, take one step towards the light. You keep doing that every single day, I promise you God will take care of the rest. And you deliver that adjustment at the right time. You deliver the education so that person can understand. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be fancy. And you do that all with love. I promise every one of your practices will grow and grow and grow, and you will make a difference. I'm honored that you guys could spend a few minutes with me. I'm very thankful to, I'm very thankful for the foundation. That's going to be 20 years, actually. In January was 20 years that I had been going to DE. Me and Wace were sitting in there and we're talking about how that was our first DE. It was almost up to 21 years, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, say squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. So, but I love and appreciate all of you. And if I can help anybody, if anybody needs an ear, a virtual hug, and eventually get to give a real hug, I'm here. So I hope this message reaches you, and be the love you want to see in the world. And God bless, and thank you.
All right, my brother. Hey, man, thank you so much for your message. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for heading back over in January and letting us love on you. We appreciate it, and we're glad you're one of us, man. So I love and appreciate you. Thanks for everything.
I love you too, buddy.
Yeah, man. To everybody, we'll see you next Tuesday. Not positive who's on there, but I'm sure it'll be somebody great. So I think it might even be Walter Sanchez, if I'm not mistaken. So, but again, Chris Walker, thank you so much. And everybody else, thanks for being here. We love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Love you guys. Take
Good
care.
night.